Hello, my name is Ulysses and I will be presenting on alcohol consumption and abuse. This problem has become a norm in our society. People consume alcohol even when out socializing, celebrating events, and even at home. Stress is one of the big factors that leads people to abuse alcohol. People drink to cope with various problems. Drinking at an early age can lead people to rely on alcohol in the future. Peer pressure and the stigma of drinking being cool is one of the major reasons why adolescents begin to drink. In 2014, about 679,000 adolescents 12 to 17 years old had an AUD, alcohol use disorder. Genetics comes into play as well. Risk increase if a parent are or were alcoholics. Alcohol is consumed on a global level. It's estimated that people consume about 6.14 liters of pure alcohol per year. In the US, an estimate of 140 million people drink, while globally, about 2 billion people drink. About 3.3 million people die annually from the use of alcohol. Alcohol is one of the top leading causes of death. Deaths caused by alcohol are preventable and premature. In the US, 28 people a day die from a motor vehicle accident that involved the driver under the influence. Alcohol is also a carcinogen, cancer-causing agent. 3.5% of all cancer deaths are alcohol related. Alcohol consumption and abuse often leads to domestic violence. Two-thirds of victims report abuser had been drinking. 61% of all abusers have an alcohol problem. Alcohol consumption dates back to ancient times. People who drink so much eventually become dependent on it. There is an increase of pleasurable feelings. Alcohol withdrawal can be dangerous. One of the interventions available are rehab centers. There are residential rehab centers for inpatients, for people who are considered alcoholics. Rehab centers offer 24/7 care, 12-step support groups, where groups share their problems and therapy is also provided. Brief alcohol screening and intervention for college students, BASIC, which is an intervention program for college students. Students who suffer from alcohol-related problems undergo a questionnaire and 2 interviews, where students review their drinking habits and learn how to improve on them. Prohibition in the U.S. helped temporarily solve alcohol consumption and abuse by banning the sale, manufacturing, and transportation of alcohol. This led to the increase in illegal sale of alcohol and also increased gang crime. The 21st Amendment was eventually ratified, which repealed the 18th Amendment. In the Islamic culture, there are dietary laws that require Muslims to avoid certain foods, one of them being the consumption of alcohol. It is believed that the bad habit of consuming alcohol drives people away from God. This led to the ban of alcohol in many countries like Afghanistan, Iran, and Saudi Arabia. In order to prevent further abuse and consumption of alcohol, specific key groups must be targeted, specifically youth. There are prevention programs for youth that will give them the tools on learning to say no and when offered alcohol. School-based intervention involves teachers and staffs educating youth on the consequence and dangers of alcohol consumption. Family-based intervention for youth allow parents to engage with their kids, which reduces the likelihood of youth consuming alcohol. I personally agree with the strategy of targeting youth. The main reason why alcohol is consumed by youth and adolescents is because it's considered so-called cool. They do not worry or know about the effects until when it's too late. They should learn and understand the consequences of drinking. I believe there are a certain age when they truly understand what the consequences are, which is 14 to 18 years old. Some either understand or choose to ignore the consequences, which leads to the continuing cycle of the alcohol consumption abuse. Thank you.